Hey everyone, so today's video is going to be a Q&A on my video that I made 5 years ago. It's actually the second video I ever posted on YouTube, and it's the video on the keloid on the belly button piercing. I've gotten a lot of questions, and I just felt that I should go through some of these questions and answer them for you guys, just in case you're still wondering, if you're still looking for answers, and also kind of give you like an updated method that you could do, I guess. So I'm just going to go through and read the questions. I have my computer here, and I'm going to answer them, and then I'm also going to tell you what I think you should do now. Okay, so first question here I actually just received a day ago, and it says, when you wash it off every 3 hours, did you use soap as well or only water? I honestly can't remember. Like I said, it was 5 years ago. I'm going to say I probably washed it off with soap, but I don't remember honestly. I would recommend now just using water. That way you're not drying out the piercing, but yeah. Next question said, did you wash it every time you applied the product or just once? So that kind of pertains to the other one, and I actually commented back to this one. I said I did it every 3 hours, so I would put the tea tree oil on and let it sit for 3 hours, and then wash it off and put the cream on and let that sit for 3 hours. I did it over the weekend when I really had nothing to do, and it was gone within a few days. So even in that comment, I didn't say if I used soap or not. I'm assuming I did though, because yeah. Next question is, how old was your keloid? I would say it was probably a few months old, and the reason why I feel like I developed the keloid was because I kept bothering it. I kept bothering the piercing. I started unscrewing the ball. I started like kind of sliding it out and sliding it back in, and the best advice you can have with a piercing is to not touch it. Just leave it alone. I know that's one of the hardest things to do, because you just are so excited about it, you just want to touch it, you want to play with it and stuff like that, but leave it alone. Like, this piercing healed so great because I never touched it. Like, I cleaned it and that was it. Like, it was just there. And this one is starting to get better. I would touch it all the time, but now I don't really touch it at all, and it seems to be doing much better than when I was touching it. My belly button piercing I don't touch at all anymore either. And as you guys may or may not know, I now have my nipples pierced, and they have been one of the easiest piercings I've ever had, because I just wash them when I'm in the shower, and then I don't touch them at all, like throughout the day or anything like that. But yeah. Next question, let's see. How long did it take your piercing to heal? I'm assuming you just mean like my belly button in general, not with the keloid. It took my piercing over a year to heal. And that was probably due to the fact that I was also playing with it all the time, and I did develop that keloid and everything, so don't touch it. It will help in the long run. Next question is, how much was the tea tree oil? It just depends on where you get it at. I'm pretty sure you can find it at Walmart, any drugstore place. Probably Walmart would be the cheapest, but I want to say I spent around anywhere from like $5 to $8, and I actually, like I said, I got that tea tree oil 5 years ago, and I actually still have that same exact bottle, and I still use it. I don't use it that often, but I do still have that bottle. I haven't had to repurchase that in 5 years. So, next question. What were the signs and how did it look? So I started to notice that on the side of my piercing, it looked like a pimple. And so, like, it was a raised bump, and it looked like it had like white pus in it, like a pimple. And so I thought it was a pimple, so I tried to pop it. That was a big no-no. But yeah, that's what it looked like to me. And other than that, my piercing really didn't hurt or anything like that. It was just that it was so ugly to me, like that little bump there. So yeah. Next question. When putting the tea tree oil and the cream on, did you take out the piercing or leave it in? Never take out your piercing. Because if your piercing is not healed, you have the risk of that piercing closing, and then the infection will be stuck inside the piercing, and then you'll have to get it surgically removed, and that's not a good thing. Whenever any piercing you have, if it's not even a keloid, if it's just infected, never take out the piercing, because you want to leave the piercing in because you want the hole to stay open so that infection will be able to drain out of the hole. So never take out the piercing. Let's see. Does it sting when you put the tea tree oil on your belly button? No, it did not sting at all. If it does, that means you probably have like an open wound or something like that, and you should not apply it. Let's see. The next question is, I have a keloid on my belly where the piercing used to be. My belly button ring was pushed out. Can I do this, or should I get it re-pierced and then try it? I have no clue. So you probably, it sounds like just what I was just saying. Like, if you do have an infection, you want to make sure you don't take out the piercing, because then it could be closed up in there. So if your piercing is closed, you might have to get that surgically removed, because I don't think piercing through it would be a good idea. Let's see. Next question. I took my belly button ring out and now there's a tough patch of skin. I think it's because of the keloid I once had. Would this still work? I want to get it redirected before it warms, or redone before it warms back up, and I don't want anything to interfere with this time. Please help. So that sounds pretty much like the comment before, or the question before. Honestly, the best advice I could give you guys is to go see your piercer, especially one that knows what he's doing, or she knows what she's doing. That's how I figured all this stuff out, and now to this day they recommend not to use tea tree oil and the hydrocortisone cream. Like I said, at the end of the video I will share with you what I do now if I do develop a keloid. But you just want to make sure you go to somebody who knows what they're talking about, and they will be able to help you. I'm not a professional piercer. I don't want to sit here and claim that I know exactly what I'm talking about, because I don't. I'm just sharing this stuff because it's what worked for me, and I know some people are curious about it. So let's see. Did you have to take the piercing out and then put the tea tree oil in, or can you leave it in and still put the oil? So that was a question we already had. The next question is, so you have to apply each item 4 times a day. Basically, yeah, every 3 hours, put the opposite one on. And like I was saying, like, I did it on the weekend when I really didn't have anything to do at the time. So, it really didn't interfere with, like, my day or anything. I was 16 or 17 when I got it done, so, like, I didn't have a job or anything at the time. So, the next question is, was yours really red and kind of crusty? No, mine had stopped crusting and it wasn't really red. I just had that bump on the side of my piercing. Next person says, I have this bum underneath my belly button ring, and I don't know what it is, but it hurts my belly ring a little when I press down on it. So it sounds like you have an infection. My mom thinks I'm either allergic to the silver or it's infected. I recently put rubbing alcohol on it, and the next morning I woke up and there was blood all over my belly ring in the underneath part. I'm guessing the bubble popped, but it's still there. Any ideas on what it might be and how I could get rid of it? Like I was saying before, I don't want to sit here and claim I know everything. My best advice, like I said, go to your piercer. They should know what's best. And if you went to like some sketchy place, like, try to just branch out and find somewhere that's really reputable. And usually they don't charge you to come look at it or anything like that. So the next question is, my keloid actually burst, so I can't use tea tree oil. Any other suggestions, because there's still a bump and it bleeds like every day? Okay, so I'm gonna tell you guys at the end of the video what I think the new method you should use is. The next person said, I have one too, but my piercing isn't healed yet. Would it be better to wait till it's completely healed to treat the keloid? I'm not sure, honestly. Mine wasn't healed, so, and I did it and everything was perfectly fine, so I don't see a problem with it. This person said, can I see your before and after pictures of your belly button keloid in order for me to compare what I have to mine? Thanks. I have mine because I overdo the cleaning of my belly button. So I don't actually have a before picture of what it looked like. So I'm sorry I can't show you. Next question said, did it grow back? No, after that point, after I did that little treatment, it never came back. The next question said, do you put it on every day? I did it every day until it was gone, and then after that I just cleaned it once I was in the shower, and that was it. Let's see. No. I tried doing this. It's been about a week and a half, maybe 2 now. It went down a lot, but I noticed once it goes down and dried out, the next day it comes back a tiny bit, but it's still flat looking. So I researched more about what I could do and found that if you clean your belly button piercing with sea salt, then dip the Q-tip in hydrogen peroxide, then dip it in baking soda and do this 2 to 3 times a day, it actually helps dry out way better and faster. Hope this helps. So there's a little advice if you guys want to try that method. Let's see. So basically the rest of these are kind of repeat questions. Yeah. So okay, so I feel like I've answered most of the questions. If you have any more, please feel free to leave them down below in this video. But now I'm gonna move on to the current things I do, and because I don't actually do that method anymore. Not because it doesn't work for me, but my piercer told me not to do it anymore. So what he told me to do is first start off by doing a hot compress, which is something that I used to do as well. You just take I actually do it differently though than I was doing it before. Before I used to take a washcloth and I would run it under really hot water and then I would hold it on the piercing. Now they have this stuff at the drugstore. You could find it at Walmart. That's where I usually get it from. It's called Dr. Neal's, and I don't think I have any more. Dr. Neal's Wound Wash. And all I do is I'll take a cotton round. Do I have any? Yes, I have one. I take a cotton round like this, and I'll put it on a paper plate, and then I'll spray the cotton round with the wound wash, and I'll stick it in the microwave for about 10 seconds. You have to kind of play around with it, because sometimes it's too hot and sometimes it's not hot enough. And then I'll take it off and I'll kind of like wring it off, and it's super hot. And this is what I did for my tragus, not my tragus, my rook piercing, and I would set it there, and it was hot, but I could set it on there. And what that does is bring all your blood cells to that area because it's trying to cool off the area. And so that helps with the healing process, and it really helped with the keloid going down and stuff. And then I literally just cleaned it with salt water. Like, that's all I was doing. I wasn't using any tea tree or hydrogen peroxide or anything like that. And it really helped. And that's all I do now if I do get one. Also, I started using the Dial antibacterial soap. I heard so many things, like even my piercer recommends not to use it, but I like it. Antibacterial soap just really helps. You just want to make sure you rinse it off very well, and I only use it once a day. I use that on my nipple piercings now in the shower, and then I make sure they're really well rinsed, and it seemed to be working really fine. I haven't had any problems with those whatsoever. I feel like I have more problems with cartilage piercings just because it is such a thick piece of skin. But yeah, and even on my nose piercing, I don't have that anymore, but I developed a keloid on that, and I feel like I kept getting that is because the reason why I felt like I kept getting that was because I kept taking it in and out, and it wasn't properly healing or anything like that. So like I said in the video where I showed you guys where I got rid of it, I just couldn't deal with it anymore, so I got rid of it. But yeah, so if you guys have any more questions, please let me know. I hope I was able to answer a few of you guys' questions, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos from me or any type of videos, just let me know down below and I'll be happy to do them for you. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.